most of you, or all of you, should know anyway, this Friday is Veterans Day, and launching on Friday at 11 a.m. is something called Project 11 for Veterans. Now, this is a project where children around the country can produce songs that will turn into a concert on December 12th, and all of the proceeds from all the albums sold to the concert tickets itself are all going to benefit veterans. And here to talk about the project, we have Noriel Valdez. He's the president of Stevens Multimedia and Castle Point Records, and Jax Berlin, who is an artist for Project 11. So, Noriel, starting with you, just sort of talk to me a little bit about the project. What triggered this idea, and how did you guys go about executing it?
Well, the entire project came about when our faculty advisor, David Musial, was invited to an interview at Sirius XM Radio, and he met a woman by the name of Cynthia Arton, who is a philanthropist, specifically dealing with Veterans Affairs and, you know, helping rehabilitate veterans who come back. And she came up with the earliest idea for this, which was just 11 bands on a CD released on Veterans Day.
But it started with a bunch of college students.
Exactly. That was her whole idea. It was actually to generate funds for getting veterans back into college. After a lot of evolution and a lot of deliberation, Professor Musial realized this isn't really his territory, it's ours. We are students who are learning this business. So he threw the ball into our court and said, you guys take point. And we did a lot of research on our part, found out a lot about the GI Bill and about those educational benefits, and we decided at the end of it to transform the event from something very dedicated to one area and instead go ahead and open it up to just helping veterans in general that are our age going overseas and fighting so we have certain essential freedoms, you know, not the least of which is the freedom to go to college and get an education.
And this started at the Stevens Institute of Technology, but it's not just limited to people from your school now.
Not at all. We're looking for, we are seeking submissions from students from any school in the United States.
So how can people get involved? How can they submit? And how is this all going to come together on Friday?
Okay. On Friday, we launch the submission application on our website, project11.org. And any artist who decides to write a song for us can go to that website, record the song onto an MP3, upload the MP3, upload your lyrics, fill out a quick form. The whole process takes about 30 seconds, and you send your song over to us. We listen to it, we work with you on it, we take your art to the next level, make it something you can go ahead and record, and we give you the go-ahead to go to the studio, record it. At the end of the entire project, we select the 11 best tracks, the top 11 tracks, put them on an album and submit them to digital storefronts like iTunes, Napster, Amazon, etc. And that's not really the end of it, though. Every single track that we have submitted will end up on our website as a bonus track. If your final mix is selected for candidacy, not necessarily for the top 11, you're going to be giving back to the veterans that you are writing the song to thank. And the way we're doing that is any proceeds from the album are being divided among the artists. Each artist picks a charity. We donate the money that they make through this venture to that charity on their behalf.
And Jax, you've entered this from the other side. You are one of the artists that, that Noriel's been speaking about. So talk to us a little bit about your experience.
Well, so far it's been really exciting. It kind of started out as a really kind of grand idea. We weren't really sure where we were going to go with it, but you know, it was really exciting. And Noriel is actually the person that kind of told me all about it and invited me to write music for this Project 11 album. And I was really interested because I think about, you know, all these veterans that are our age, and I can kind of relate to them in a kind of different way, to think about all they've been through and, you know, giving them the opportunity to go back to school just like I'm going to school now. And so I've been writing a few songs for the album, and you know, still in the process, but I've got to come up with a lot of ideas, and I'm really excited about it, and just kind of excited to see where it goes from here.
So 11/11, you launched the submissions, and then what happens with this concert in December?
It's actually not in December. The album is actually going to drop on Memorial Day 2012.
Oh, I see.
Yes. It's a 6-month or so process that we're actually going to undergo. We make the final deliberations actually on May 11th, exactly 6 months later.
Okay.
And then we start the mastering process and getting the album ready for release. That Memorial Day weekend, we actually want to go ahead and invite any bands with exceptional compositions, not necessarily just the top 11, any bands with exceptional compositions to participate in and or host concerts in or around their college or in or around their hometowns. We want to turn this into a giant nationwide release party, a giant thank you. This is the size of the thank you we want to give to the veterans.